Hey, so for me, I found that trying to type it out takes forever and that sometimes I explain things better over word than in text. So, fun little video. So I'll read my version. It says, "But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you." So this whole passage, starting in chapter 5, going through chapter 7, is Jesus's first sermon. And it was I was just listening to a sermon about it today. It was actually on this mountain that was amplified so everyone could hear it. So basically, in this whole section, Matthew 5 through Matthew 7, Jesus is giving his first sermon, and basically he's flipping everything that the Jews kind of believed on their head. You know, in that culture, the Pharisees and the Sadducees, these people that dressed perfectly and had it all together and would give to the poor and do their prayers so that everyone else could see them. Basically, Jesus is saying that kind of religion isn't good and isn't what we really need, but somebody who's humble and somebody who's seeking God and somebody who is not acting like they have it all together, but basically being humble and saying, shoot, I need God. That's basically kind of Jesus's main point. He's showing them how they're trying to be religious on the outside while they're not taking care of the inside at all. And that no matter how much you try to be religious on the outside, you're going to fall short. Later in chapter 6, he talks about how, committing adultery is a sin, but even looking at a woman in lust is a sin. So basically he's saying even if you think you're living up to God's standards, there's no way that you can. The only way that you can is through Jesus. So I think you have to have that in context when you look at this verse, because obviously on Sunday morning we put the envelope in the little basket or whatever. He's not saying that you can never give and other people can see it, but basically he's saying the heart attitude should be that whenever you're doing something nice, whenever you're giving somebody something, so it could be actually giving them money or maybe helping them, giving a ride, the heart attitude should be that you're doing it for God. You're doing it to please God. You're not doing it so that everybody else can see it and think that you're an awesome person. You're not doing it so that you're going to receive a reward from other people. You're doing it because you love God and because you want to please him. So that's really the heart of what he's saying there is don't even, so it says, but when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you. So even when you give, don't even reward yourself. Don't think oh, I'm such a good person. I gave this person a ride, or I gave this person $5, or I was nice to this person. Don't even in your own head acknowledge oh, I'm doing such good things. Do it for God, and don't even regard it as oh, this is so important, I'm so good. So really that's kind of the heart of what he's getting at. And what he's getting at is that God looks at the heart. So in that way, God rewards in secret, God rewards in heaven. Sometimes everything on earth looks like you're doing all the right things and the world still is crashing in on you. Well, it doesn't matter, because the way that God rewards is what we receive in heaven, is internal blessings that from the outside world we sometimes don't see. So I don't know if that makes sense, but basically another way to think about it is that God, so what the world thinks of reward is, oh, everybody praises you, everybody thinks you're awesome, you get lots of stuff, you get lots of money. That's what the world thinks of as reward. But really, God's reward is more of Christ, more of God's blessing, more of God's grace, and ultimately going to heaven with Jesus. So sometimes we can't see those rewards from that outward perspective. There's even a verse where Paul says, outwardly we're wasting away, but inwardly we're being renewed day by day. So sometimes even as a Christian on the outside, it doesn't look like we're receiving any reward for what we're doing. But really, if we could see spiritual realities, if we could see the way God sees it, it's whoa, all these people that have money and fame and think they're awesome, they really don't have any reward. And people that are following Christ have crazy rewards. We just can't always see them. So I don't know if that helps, but I thought I'd do a video. Okay, bye.